targeted is because the attempt and effort of the RSS, and this government is only the political arm of the RSS, was and remains that they want to convert the secular democratic republic of modern India into their conception of a rabidly intolerant, fascistic Hindu Rashtra.
People. You know, I've often said that with the modern left, since certainly the end of the Cold War, they've basically had a supply and demand problem. They want racists, they want Nazis, they want bigots, and actually, thank goodness, certainly in my society, I think in yours, they're in pretty short supply. And so these people have to find them. They want a supply of bigots and racists and fascists, and actually the supply is extremely small, and the people that they demand are too small in number to really give them enough of a political identity. So they stretch it out. They've deliberately used as offensive terms as they could, and used them of people that they must know do not fit that label. And I think the result is, by the way, among other things, that they have denuded certain terms of any meaning, and that this is going to come.
Second, I think when we talk, like some people use the term majoritarian, so will of majority extended to majoritarianism is basically imposing certain kind of ideas, which is a majoritarian idea. In that sense, you are not a plural democracy, but you are becoming a democracy which only represents a certain kind of majoritarian idea. So in Indian case, it will be a Hindu majoritarian idea, which also flows from upper caste ideas about politics, right? So in that sense, you are basically moving towards, yes, it is will of majority, but then the sensibilities are upper caste politics.
He said in an opinion poll, about 80%, I think I have the number right, of political journalists in America identified as left liberal. I suspect the figure for Indian journalists would be fairly similar. Now, society is not like that. Society is not 80% right-wing, but it's at least 50% right-wing. Has the media made a conscious effort to be more diverse? I would argue that the judiciary and the media are our most non-diverse institutions.
Is that it does not offer any particular group or any particular religion primacy over the rest of the country. It doesn't give any particular group of people a veto over the rights of the others. In doing this, the Constitution of India is unique. There is no other constitution in South Asia that has followed that same pattern.
Because all of our major problems related to poverty, to education, to healthcare, to the environment, just take any of our problems. They require cross-identity group coalitions to work on together. And when we divide into identity groups, we can't work across coalitions.
The House in order. There is a powerful and continuing nationalism being seared into our national fabric. It is superficial, it is xenophobic, and it is narrow. It is a lust to divide. It is not a desire to unite. Citizens are being thrown out of their homes and being called illegal immigrants. There has been a tenfold increase in the number of hate crimes.
We had absolutely every right to feel that we were the victims and that we were being oppressed. But then, if you're only left with the story of being the victim, of being resentful, and the fermentation of they have it, I want to have what they have, I want to take that away from them, I want to have it, and then I want to do it to them. If that's the story, then what are you going to get? You're just going to do it to them.
Automatically get citizenship, a Muslim may not. So, just the fear of that is not something the country needs. Whereas the census, ma'am, we've had a census always. We have the Aadhaar, we have PAN, we have, innumerable instruments of now counting your citizens. Why do we need, at this juncture, when everything is going down the hill in terms of the economy, why do you need people to waste more man-hours? The Assam experiment was a mess. People had to go 400 kilometers because there weren't enough centers. At this
Okay. So Tripura is a bit of a gateway if you want to get into India, and you can buy your fake documents here, your Aadhaar card, any kind of Indian identification you need. I mean, there are reasons why these people are leaving Bangladesh. I don't know what they are, so I'm not going to judge them or anything. They're doing what's best for them. But I mean, the corruption around creating Aadhaar cards and that kind of stuff shouldn't be happening, right?
Flag up a couple of things. It will not be possible to defeat Islamist extremism whilst denigrating, for instance, people in this country who are concerned about immigration. It's not possible, because a very, very large proportion of people in this country are concerned about immigration. It tends to be the number one, or if not number one, two issue in polling in this country. So, as it were, those people who just say, you know, people who talk about immigration all the time, you know, those people aren't beyond the pale. They might be perfectly decent. They are, in most cases, perfectly decent people who are concerned about an issue. And I don't think it should be glibly dismissed any more than people who are concerned about demographics. There are people who have serious concerns about demographics because they're seriously concerned that the society they were born into is changing beyond recognition. That doesn't mean they should be dismissed as whack job kooks or racists. They might have a perfectly legitimate point. I think they do.